Hi, everybody. Today is 19th of May 2023. Now it's probably about quarter past 1 p.m. It's just this uh, series going to be about electronics packaging course, electronic packaging system. That's elective course in electronics for senior students, and that's going to be the first semester. The school will start on the 2nd of September, if I'm not wrong. And that's why I prepare for all the courses as well as the lab for for junior and sophomore students. Since now it's going to be a summer break, I have plenty of time. This is going to be about introduction of electronic packaging system. I would like to refer to the course when I studied at New York State University at Binghamton Binghamton University for my PhD program. I took this course, the electronics packaging system. But now I think it's very going to be useful for students when they graduate and going out to work, because the most of semiconductor companies, they're working on electronics packaging system. So that's why I will introduce I will talk about introduction to this course. Students probably wondering what is about. For junior students who are going to be senior students this coming semester, for the summer break, they are on internship or co-op for 3 months before back to school. So it's a good opportunity for me to do the video about this course. Well, don't worry about that. The course that I took in Binghamton University, that's for a graduate course. But I just pick up some topics that student will understand. What is about electronic packaging systems? Well, you can see the package in the term of that we call IC, but actually that stands for integrated circuit, but you call the IC. I should have the IC, but well, you can take a look at in computer board. There's a lot of packages, and also in your smartphone and so on. That's a lot of them. They need electronic packaging. Well, for electronic packaging systems, that we call post microelectronics manufacturing. Why post? Post is mean after, right? And pre-microelectronic manufacturing, that means you have a wafer, and then you're making chip. That's the filled up with electronic components in the term of transistors, in term of capacitor, in term of resistor, and so on. But since most companies, semiconductor companies in Thailand, they're working on electronic packaging, so that's why I introduced this course. And believe me, you are going to use it For example, companies in Thailand, Fabrinet, UTAC, Microchip, and including so many companies that start with semiconductor, they all get involved in electronic packaging. Our topics include first level packaging, second level packaging system, and third level packaging system. When you take a look at your IC or your package, for the first level of packaging, you're talking about the package with pins that you place that package on your PCB or printed circuit board, and you do soldering. The package is mean after you complete your chip process, you will cut die on wafers and you place on the package. And there are so many types of packages, which I'm not going to talk about them at this moment. We just talk in general about how many topics we have for the main topics. Where you placed the chip on your package for protections. Protection from what? From humid, from temperature, from erosion, and for handling, because you have to move the package around with the chip. Is the very breakable. So that's mean easy to break. So you need package for them. That's become the first level of packaging. And for the first level of packaging, there are so many processes to complete to get your package or your IC. That's mean in the term of soldering, because the size of the chip is very small. Or even you look at electronics components for transistor, NPN transistor, CMOS diode, resistor, capacitors, etc. It's very small. So you need to make a connection from the chip to outside of the package to be used for bigger system. And this very delicate, and you need to be careful. You need accuracy, and only one small mistake will create a lot of error. So you expect that your IC and your chip going to function as you are looking for, but with small mistakes, maybe the whole system fail. So that's the problem. Okay, so that's going to be the first level of packaging. Now, what about the second level of packaging? Well, after you have package with the chip inside, you need to place your IC or your package on the printed circuit board that the PCB stands for printed circuit board. And there are so many types of PCB. There are single-sided PCB, there are double-sided PCB, and even multi-layer PCB. And we learned about that, how to place your package um, on the PCB in the term of you need to make connection between package 1 to package 2, package 3, and you need to do the circuit traces. I mean the connection between different packages for communication, and you need to minimize the length, the total length of your circuit traces, because you know that we have more details, and we have some effects, like because you need to send some signal through the circuit trace, and also you need to supply the voltage. You need to supply the current, flowing through the circuit trace. And if you don't minimize, the circuit traces, you will have problem with in terms of induction, because you know that when you supply current through the conductor in the term of wire, or in term of circuit traces, that will generate the magnetic field, and that magnetic field will induce current. So maybe that's going to affect your signal. It's going to make your signal distorted. Okay, that's not what you're looking for. And that's when we will take a close look about transmission line. So for this course, we're going to talk about transmission line. Actually, you study from electromagnetic field and wave class before, but we will get into deeper, because there we will talk about micro strip lines and transmission line. But in this topic, and when you're talking about electronic packaging system, the dimension of your NMOS and PMOS, that's very small. That's in the order of a micrometer, or 1/10 millionth meter. That's very small. So we're talking about microscopic order. Okay, that's very small. And for the third level of packaging, we're talking about connections. You're talking about a cabinet. So I'm not really, going to get into the third level of packaging too much, because not so difficult, for you to understand, because you're talking about cables, you're talking about what? Slot. For example, in computer, that's a very clear picture, right? When you open the computer, you will see the chip are inside the package, and the package is sitting on the PCB, and the PCB sitting on the slot on your computer. Okay, so that's going to be the first level, the second level, and the third level packaging system. And the last one is very important, and this is the main topics of this course. We're going to talking about the heat transfer, or thermal analysis, because the temperature have a great effect to the reliability of your system. You don't want the system overheat or it's too hot. You need to keep it at normal temperature, as much as you can. So that's why you need to do the heat transfer. So, and then we will talk about the type of heat transfer. You're talking about transfer by conduction, transfer by convection, and transfer by radiation. But for this course, in electronic packaging system, we only talk about heat transfer by conduction and by convection. you know the conduction, you know that how the heat transfer. Mostly heat transfer through solid materials. And for convection, we're talking about heat transfer through fluid. That can be air, that can be water, you know, any kind of fluid. So that's the convection. So that's pretty much about you know, electronic packaging system. Again, we will talk about the first level of packaging. We will talk about the second level of packaging. We will talk about the third level of packaging and heat transfer or thermal analysis. You will learn a lot for this course, but you don't need strong background. You don't need to learn new concept. Don't need to learn about new equations, new theory. What you need is just you need your background from the first year, the second year, and the third year. That's more than enough. So you need just to recall, you know, whatever you have studied before. You're talking about transmission line. You're talking about some circuits. You need to talk about. You need to learn about microstrip line, right? And heat transfer again, and talking about reliability. That's what you will going through for this coming semester. Okay, so that's our for a brief or introduction for this course, and I will see you soon. And I think I will update my lecture notes. You know, even I have many YouTube channels related to this course, but I still need to update and then do more and show some examples. And I also have my book that I translate into Thai. All right, hold on a second. You can get it from a copy store. Yep, this is their electronic packaging system. And yep, maybe it's difficult to see. There are totally, I believe, 360 pages. And what the good thing about this book, the book is the, all right, hold on a second. About electronic packaging system, that's I use as my PhD program. What the good thing about the book is that they start talking about some concepts, and then they show you examples. They show you how to solve problems in each, you know, topic. Like for chapter 1, you have 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and each chapter subtopics, they show you how to solve, you know, problems, and the problem at the end of each chapter, they will follow you know, whatever in the book, so it's easy for you to understand. That's the also I already put on YouTube channel how to solve problems. Sometimes I have more problems beyond you know, the textbook, so I add it up and put on YouTube. So I also have you know, my lecture notes, but I need to go to C and then put on the link so you can download my lecture note. It's my handwriting, but the good thing is that you already have the book as the reference. Okay, so I will see you soon. The school will start on the 2nd of September. Probably I'll see you on the second week of the September, because the first week, you know that we just talk in general. We not really start, giving a lecture yet. Okay, everybody, bye. I think I have some problem with the remote. Okay.